Hi! So today I'm going to show you how to make hair wraps. So first off, you'll just need some scrap bits of material. This can be any colour. I'm going for like a blue themed wrap, so I'm just getting all the blue material I have. This can be really short bits of material or long bits, it doesn't matter, it's just to wrap around any scraps you have. This is my cat Frosty, thought he'd make an appearance. So next you'll need some wool or thread. I think wool's a bit better just because it's a bit thicker, but if thread's all you have then just work with that and you'll just have to wrap it around more times. So I got given loads of scrap bits of wool that relatives didn't want and friends. I'm just picking out little colours that I think are going to go best with mine. This can be anything, like you can use random colours, you can choose one colour like I'm doing. Yeah, it's completely up to you. Nothing's right or wrong. So I just chose some threads as well as some wools just because I like the different thicknesses. I used this sparkly thread as well. So I sat on my computer. So yeah, you can probably notice I'm talking in this. It's just because I didn't like the audio, so I'm redoing the voiceover. So I'm just, for the centre bit, I used twine. You can use anything for the centre bit, but it's just cheaper, so that's why I use, and it's not really going to be seen, but if it is, then I don't mind the look of it. So I'm just cutting this to the length of my hair. It has to be double the length of your hair, so just fold it in half like I'm doing here. And I do 6 strands thick for my hair because I want it to be similar to my dreadlocks. So yeah, just make it double the length of your hair and then fold it over. And then I'm tying it in a knot here. You need a loop at the top. So just re-watch that knotting if you need to work out how to do it. But you just need the loop at the top so that you can attach it to your hair afterwards. So you just start off by wrapping around the material. You can do this however you want, as messily as you want, as neat as you want. You can just do like one continuous fold if you don't want to see all the layers, but I quite like the frayed edges showing through, so I wrap it like long strips round. So you're just going to tie the thread at the top like I'm doing, and the bit that's left over I tuck down so that when you wrap your wool round it, it gets trapped in with the wrapped bit round. So you can either tie all the thread I'm using to the top and then just hidden the threads underneath my wrapping that I didn't want to use at that time, but for this time I just did one thread at a time. The wool was molting, or shedding I guess, and it was making me sneeze quite a lot. So yeah, I just wrap this round. I'll show you a close-up later on, but I just wrap it round kind of messily. You can do different patterns. It's just like when you're braiding anything, you can do anything, any different patterns that you like, whether you want it really far apart or close together. So yeah, I just did a continuous bit. So yeah, I don't really mind how messy it is. You can see how all the material's poking through, and it just adds texture. Yeah, if it's a bit wonky, don't worry, because it kind of just bends into shape. So now what I'll do, I'll just tie off this thread. I might go over the top with some more thread later on, but for now we'll just carry on down, adding more material and more different coloured wools. So I'm just going to choose different materials that are different thicknesses. I think I'm using a bit of just a dark blue scrap, and just do the exact same, keep wrapping it round. I have 2 different types of materials, so I'm just like layering them to create a kind of stripey effect. There's really no right or wrong way to do this, you can just mix up how you want to do it. So a lot of people add beads and crystals to these. I haven't, because I haven't learnt a lot about all the different meanings behind crystals and things like that yet, so maybe once I learn a bit more about that I'll redo this. There's lots of videos on YouTube about dreadlocks and the meaning behind all the different types of crystals and things like that, so just search on there if you're interested in things like that, and I'll definitely be looking into it more as well, so maybe I'll bring up a video soon on my journey learning more about that. I watched a video of someone making a hair wrap and they put it around their toe, like used the loop to put around their toe, and it made it a lot easier, so I thought I'd give it a go, and it does actually really work, so I recommend doing that to try and make it easier. This took me about an hour, I think. Obviously the more complicated you can make it or the less complicated, it will just depend how long it takes you. It's just quite relaxing to do, it's quite nice to just sit and do in the evenings. So yeah, for this one I wanted to do a crisscross pattern, so I'm just showing you here. Okay, so you're gonna, I don't know if you can see, so that's the thread there, you're gonna cross it over like that. So where you're coming back up, this one's coming down, and cross it over, and then that next stitch, cross it over that one, just so you're getting that cross pattern as you're going up. So every stitch that you, every loop you did coming down, you're just going to cross over. Yeah, that wasn't the neatest I've ever done it, but you can make it neater if you want, or I don't really mind, so. So these are perfect just to add to any hairstyle, I think. I like adding them to my dreadlocks just to add different colours, and depending on what I'm wearing in the day and how I'm feeling as well, like I like to relate the colours that I wear to how I'm feeling. So yeah, if I'm feeling like cheerful or like anything like that, I wear a lot of colour, whereas if I'm feeling maybe a bit more tired or anything, I do wear a lot of black. Just to be very typical, stereotypical. Yeah, so it's just a lot of wrapping, and I kind of like to use contrasting threads on the different fabrics just so they stand out, and you can use multiple colours on like less patterned fabrics. This is just like a simple one that I just use all the leftovers in my drawer to make. So I'm just adding this glittery thread over the top because it kind of reminded me of the sea and like all the foam on the sea, so I just wanted to add this as kind of, it's really thin, the thread, so you can't really see it unless it's shining in the light, which I kind of liked. Just using my toe again. At the bottom I just did a bit of extra thread just to tie it and secure it at the bottom. You'll see it when I hold it up closer. So yeah, I just like it looking quite messy and lots of different colours and patterns. yeah, you can see at the bottom there where I've just secured it. Okay, so this is how I attach it to my dreadlocks. Obviously, if you don't have dreadlocks, you can just attach it to a braid the exact same way as I'm doing here, or you can just use clips to secure it underneath your hair so the attaching doesn't show. Yeah, just use some slidey grips or whatever. But I think this is a really good way of, and then it just hides underneath your hair so you can't see it. So yeah, that's one I made the other day and the one I just showed you how I made. Just to show you how you can mix them all together and use different colours. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It's quite a short video, so let me know if you want any more videos relating to dreadlocks or hair, braids, or maybe even friendship bracelets. Thank you for watching.